Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. It's Tuesday, the 9th of December. Luminalia is almost upon us. It is going to be starting this week, or at least the run-up to Luminalia, which is the same thing. Alpha 4.5, that's going to be releasing to live soon. We're not exactly sure when, but I want to talk about the latest patch for that, and it's prepping to launch for live for sure. But that's quite a vague statement. Let's start with This Week in Star Citizen. Last week marked the grand finale of 2955's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, held for the very first time ever in Horizon. The biggest ship show in the verse soared among the clouds as pilots from across the stars gathered to celebrate innovation, vehicle design, and aerospace engineering, but the festivities aren't over yet. Luminalia is just round the corner. It's the season of sharing joy and, of course, giving gifts. Get ready for 13 days of surprises, plus a special seasonal contest where you can win some ice cool prizes starting this Wednesday. We also have the upcoming Alpha 4.5 patch to look forward to, and it's making great strides towards release. Thank you for everyone who's jumped into the PTU and shared invaluable feedback to help shape our upcoming update. Also, don't miss your chance to win a custom Star Citizen PC, one half of an exclusive panoramic tribute to Nyx built by our friends at CLX. The giveaway ends on December 30th, 2025 at around about 5 AM UTC. Make sure to enter before then. Lastly, think you've got what it takes to conquer the sands? Sign-ups for the Daymar Rally are open until January 3rd, so gather your crew and tune your engines, then mark your calendars for the race on January 24th. It's one of the most thrilling endurance challenges in the verse, and you won't want to miss it. I really like the Daymar Rally because every year it gets better and better and better and better, sort of technically, right? Because they add more to Star Citizen, they improve their engine, they improve their planet generation and that sort of stuff. Next year, 2027's, I should say, Daymar Rally, not 2026's, I'm going to really look forward to, because there's going to be a load of better scattering for rocks and stuff like that, so it won't be so much of a trying to avoid the little bits of detritus on the ground, the little tiny rocks which can really ruin your day during the Daymar Rally. I do think lots of PDCs on ships are going to make a big difference though as well for like defending the Daymar Rally. Really looking forward to it. This week you're going to have more 4.5 patches. On Wednesday you've got Luminalia festivities kicking off and the Luminalia calendar with daily gifts making a return, so check back every day to claim a free gift from Wednesday. Hasn't said when that's actually starting time-wise, but I assume 4 PM UTC, question mark. This Friday you'll also get the latest RSI newsletter, all that sort of jazz. Now, something that we are missing, the monthly report. Where is that? Are we getting one this month? Are we going to get it next week? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it will just be next week. We have had another Alpha 4.5 PTU patch though. That went out last night. The latest patch is pretty much just fixing bugs, which is good because they're trying to get 4.5 into the best state they can. There's a load of balance and stuff that also needs to be changed and updated, but this typically indicates that CIG are getting ready for a live build, or at least close to a release candidate 1, so that the first RC candidate. I think it needs a bit more time in the oven, because there's loads of issues with performance, bug fixing, and balance. Balance is the big thing here, but CIG can always microwave this later after it goes live if it's cold. I'm not sure why I was going with that analogy, but CIG may very well want to get it out to more players, then get the feedback there, see if there's any outlying issues, hot fix it, and balance it. They want the game to be in the best possible state going into 2026, because it's what Star Citizen 2025 will be judged by, how the year of playability actually performed with Star Citizen, what state did Star Citizen get into by the end of the year. And in that latest patch, there was a load of bug fixes, as I said, including issues with black screens and Linux, PDTs lagging their target, so like missing their target when they were firing, weapon loot containers not being present at distribution centers, external freight elevator platforms were broken at 90-degree angles, some items were being duplicated after a new patch, terminals were missing in the Nyx system, jump drives were not repairable, ESP settings were not persistent, fire extinguishers were missing from shops, Foxwell FPS missions were blank in the contracts manager, salvage ships were unable to scrape, they fixed a server hang, 5 client crashes, and a server crash. However, there's still work to be done on fire, engineering, desync. They're big issues for me. Alpha 4.5 has had some real interesting changes over the last week or so, like the FPS update stuff. There are new scopes for FPS weapons. They are awesome. There's the blinding flashlight as well as and a load of other attachments that give you damage versus rate of fire choices. They are rarish in the loot pool. I think you can find them in places like Jumptown and maybe contested zones now. It depends if they've got the contested zone loot actually back, because loot wasn't spawning for a while. But yeah, you can just use these straight away in Arena Commander though, so you can test them out there in the PTU. Engineering, armor, damage, all of this and the balance for it, it's a bit odd. So engineering is at least partially functional with all ships to some degree, even if that's sitting in your single-seater fighter and can repair your components from there if you need to, although that's going to be more relevant in a PvE scenario, because in PvP, I suppose, people will just keep on shooting you, so you're not able to repair. If people are wondering what I'm talking about, just go on your MFD in 4.5, have a look and go, oh yeah, there's a repair button on the component section in the MFDs. But this all needs tuning. Lots of people are complaining for lots of different reasons. I generally want a higher TTK, but it's super inconsistent, and TTK is time to kill. It's super inconsistent at the moment. Some huge ships are just getting like two-shot by things. Some small ships are super tanky. And what I want as well is I want larger multi-crew ships that have a crew to be able to outrange and outgun players in single-seater ships. I don't want people flying around in fighters able to outgun and harass these targets without getting into engagement range. I want the larger ship to be the threat for the most part. And I'm talking more about combat ships, right? I'm not talking about if you're attacking a large mining ship that you should be under threat by it. But you also shouldn't just be able to go, I win because I outrange you. For the most part, that might be different based on the different ships you're using. The Ares Iron at the moment as well, very powerful, it seems. Other things they've changed as well. Weapon fire rates and shields seem to have been tuned back up to like 4.4 levels. They've been doing an archetype rebalance as well for interceptors and snubs, making them more fragile and suited to their role, but sort of more agile as well. Racing ships as well, they've gone, yeah, let's make the racing ships, instead of being just super OP in the hands of a really good dogfighter, they're going to be more suited for the racing role. So we're going to increase their emissions, we're going to give them more boost, stuff like that. So they are trying to make these ships suit their role rather than being outliers that are just amazing at combat when they shouldn't be. I saw that the Wolf L21 was in game to buy Astro Armada for around 2.4 million. Center Mass also has new inventory with turrets for the Hornet Mark II and Scorpius. The Idris P is going to be at Wickelows as well, which is interesting, right? There's also other things going on with, like, there might be a special version of the L21 Wolf, even more special than normal at Wickelows, that you might have to, like, get a reputation, like Wicklow mission-based reputation stuff, as well as giving them stuff. Don't have any confirmation on that. We do have some confirmation that some of the older Wicklow stuff is going into the loot pool, which has caused a bit of controversy. Is probably a bit too strong, but people have mixed thoughts about it, going, does it devalue my grind to get a Wicklow item if it's just going to go to the loot pool? Zin and I were thinking, well, actually what you should do with Wicklow stuff is just have it not necessarily seasonal, but go in and out of cycle. So when it goes out of cycle, we'll come back into the cycle as Wicklow gets it again in the future. But I think we're probably going to be getting blueprints for a lot of the Wicklow stuff as Wicklow sort of CIG's test at crafting recipes. There's been some talk as well about buying items remotely and having them delivered to your hangar so that you spend less time faffing about at landing zones and stations. I really like that idea. I want that. They mentioned in the Inside Star Citizen that Thorsten wanted to have shops at spaceports and near your hangar and stuff. And I actually like that idea as well. But the more important thing would be to be able to buy items remotely, even if there's fees attached, so you don't have to faff around so much running around and you can prepare much more easily. At least that's my opinion. Well, I like the idea of you don't have to agree, and you can tell me in the comments below if you don't. There are, at the moment of time recording, no new missions that I've seen or events here. Obviously, we've got Luminalia turning up. There could be some stuff coming up, though. There could be an event or new missions. There's probably going to be a new ship or vehicle. But CIG have added the MDC, that ground-based PDT, the points defense turret, for shooting missiles and bombs and stuff, and they recently tweaked it so it does shoot down stuff a bit better. And someone was saying that at Jumptown locations they appear to have the new attachments in the loot pool there. So maybe CIG are going to bring back an updated Jumptown, like version 4 or whatever it is now for this patch. Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. I'm just positing some ideas. And I'm really interested to know what you think in the comments below. I do think balance is going to be key here. I actually think that 4.5 has got most of the makings of a great patch. And engineering, I was originally worried that it was going to be an existential threat to Star Citizen. Like, if it was bad, it could break everything for quite a while. But I'm liking the direction. I genuinely am. And I think that balance is the key thing here, getting the numbers all right, iterating on it. And do CIG have enough time to do that? Yeah, but it depends on when they release 4.5. If they're trying to release it this week, I don't think it's going to be up and ready. And if they release it next week, maybe it will be. We'll have to wait and see. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Something else that you should do is click on the links down below for nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, or you can go to that address. But if you just click the links down below, you get yourself some NordVPN. It's not just a status symbol of how cool you are. It's more for its fantastic ability to aid you in accessing the internet and giving you better security and privacy while you're doing that. I love NordVPN and they love me too. They do love me, right? Oh, some of these outros are getting a bit weird, but Zin, edit it so it's good. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For December, we are giving away a Kruger Intergalactic L22 Alpha Wolf. Just comment on any video made during December 2025 to be in for a chance of winning that. It does also come with lifetime insurance and a game package. All you need to play Star Citizen and start your journey with a powerful light fighter, or add it to your fleet of ships. I don't know who's going to win. It's kind of random. Something that's not random is your support of this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. And if you would like to like, share, subscribe, that really helps. Commenting helps as well. Also, you might consider clicking the join button under my videos or becoming a Patreon. There's some exclusive videos there. There's some emotes. It helps out the channel more. We are going to be playing a load more Star Citizen. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great December. Tell me all the things in the comments below.